When this Jersey City representative drops a project, you can almost guarantee that you are going to get insightful, quote-worthy bars that you're going to break down and dissect. But before we get too excited, I got to point out it's only a 3-pack. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button for your boy. Also, subscribe if you haven't. But today, I'm going to hit y'all with my thoughts on this new project from Ransom entitled Smoke and Mirrors. So, Duffel Bag Man, he is a veteran at this point in the game. He is that super prolific and dependable lyricist that you can always count on to supply the streets with those resonating street scriptures. Now, I've said this many times, but Ransom's run ever since about 2020 has been quite inspiring. Of course, there are a few other MCs who have had a similar run since that time frame, but Ransom always stands out as being one of the best in his particular lane. Earlier in the year, Ransom had dropped his lavish Misery project with Harry Fraud, which some may consider to be their album of the year. And he is scheduled to drop, something full length towards the end of the summer. But in the meantime, he decided to bless his fans and the streets and the internet with a 3-pack appetizer because he's a good guy. Now, this time around, he has linked with the producer Madeintyo, who I was unfamiliar with going into this project, to keep it a buck. But after some quick research, I had learned that he had actually worked with some bigger name artists like 2 Chainz and Travis Scott. So I do wonder how these two gentlemen crossed paths and what actually led to this collaboration. But with that being said, 3 songs. Let me go into this track by track breakdown. Starting with Smoke and Mirrors. This has a gentle strumming instrumental. It's drumless, but still very chill and elegant. Ransom states, "But if you never healed, you're gonna bleed on the ones who didn't cut you. Prisoner of these perceptions that you ain't living up to. You should be the hero in every tale when your kids discuss you." So he is dropping some food for thought and those grown man bars that are gonna get you thinking. And maybe make you do a deep dive of your own life. I also dug time to start leading the blind, but trying to change the world is a harsh reason to rhyme. No rhyme or reason, believing I'm Ali in his prime. So you peep the rhyme or reason line, and it's likely a reference to the rhyme or reason movie that dropped in 97, and that had a fire soundtrack, by the way. So as a whole, this was a chill, reflective opener that had those mature bars. Instrumentally, did favor more of the contemporary drumless aesthetic that we've heard Ransom rap over pretty frequently. Now, track 2, Antibellum with j.arrr, is a dope conceptual record. I like the warm soul sample and the majestic keys. Honestly, this sounds like it could have been produced by Nicholas Craven himself, but I did enjoy Made in Tokyo's production nonetheless. Here, Ransom is rapping from the perspective of a man in a relationship, whereas j.arrr approaches her verse from a woman's point of view. So they are breaking down the relationship woes in a more mature way. I feel it's always good when Ransom and j.arrr collab. And I also enjoyed the soul sample here, which did put me in the frame of mind of some 70s black cinema. And the last track, Human Nature with j.arrr, has the most experimental beat of the 3 songs. Here, Made in Tokyo works in some synths and keyboards, as well as Michael Jackson's Human Nature sample. And the end result was a very plush, atmospheric beat. And I didn't expect Ransom to harmonize a portion of the Michael Jackson hook. Yeah, that was something different, but it added variety for sure. On this record, Ransom is telling some hard truths and exposing the not so pleasant, hypocritical nature of humans. Ransom states, "These kids needed hope. I was there, so they ran under me. No fears of your plans to punish me. You are the man that you are, but you're not the man that you want to be. Don't ever try to front from me. I'm in sync with my instincts. It's hard to have clean thoughts when everything you let in stinks." So definitely sharp wordplay on display and some perceptive lines to consider. On the back end, we get a hungry verse from j.arrr, who has contributed frequently with Ransom over the years. And j.arrr said, "Lay with the peasants, they want to hang or they trying to lynch you. Also, the boss ain't always who they make in charge. But yeah, Human Nature is probably my favorite song. And that would be followed up by Antibellum with Shay Noir. So overall, I don't have a mic rating. I mean, it's 3 tracks. I just can't give it a mic rating. But I do think that Ransom fans should enjoy this little appetizer before the full course meal later in the summer. And I think it would have been interesting to hear what other kinds of beats this younger producer could have cooked up for Ransom had there been additional tracks. Because as much as I like this, I also wouldn't have minded hearing Ransom rap over slightly different sounding instrumentals as a change of pace, since basically two of the beats here sounded like they could have been made exactly by Nicholas Craven, which is completely fine, but I'm also not opposed to hearing Ransom go in a slightly different bag on the next project. But regardless, it's always nice to get new material from Ransom. My favorite tracks here would have to be Antebellum and Human Nature. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Moth. I am signing out. As always, it's peace and blessings. Ransom, Made in Tokyo, Smoke and Mirrors 1.